Hi and welcome to the My Marketology Lab. I'm Tony and I'm the head marketologist. Every week we'll be looking to bring you some new and breaking approaches to digital marketing to keep you ahead of your competition. We don't want you to miss out, so subscribe to our channel now before we get going. This week's lab is about mobile marketing, and to be honest, it's not a new thing. It should be part of your current marketing strategies. If not, don't worry, the aim of this video is to help you to catch up if needed and then to get ahead of your competition. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. So first of all, let's define what exactly is mobile marketing. Well, it's the promotional activity designed for delivery to cell phones, smartphones and other handheld devices, usually as a component of a multi-channel campaign. So is it suitable for every business? Well, the answer to that is a resounding yes. There isn't an industry or business that isn't affected by the trends in user behaviour, especially in regards to mobile and the Internet of Things and connected devices. So why is it for everyone? Well, 54% of email is opened on a mobile device, according to Litmus. 90% of consumers' mobile time is spent in apps. In October 2016, global mobile and tablet web browsing accounted for 51.3%. versus desktops 48.7%. In the UK this was slightly different. Desktop still accounts for 51.28% of web browsing. It won't be long until we catch up with the global trend though. Mobile web browsing has actually increased by 4% since October of last year, so we'll soon catch up. And the biggest stat is probably that smartphone penetration in the UK is now 81% and it's still rising. So all of this information points to the fact that most people in the UK are using mobile devices as a primary device. As I've already mentioned, there isn't an industry that isn't affected by this change in user behaviour. If you're struggling to work out how mobile is affecting you and how you need to adapt, then you aren't anywhere near close enough to your customers and prospects. If that is the case, you need to go back to the basics before going any further. So you need to create objectives for your marketing strategies first of all. You need to know what you have to achieve. I suggest using the SMART mnemonic to help with this. You need to create buyer personas. You need to know who you're marketing to, why you're marketing to them, and what the best approach is going to be to each segment of your audience. You also need to answer the following questions, and they should all be the answer yes. Is your website mobile responsive? Do you have analytics set up on your website? And have you considered how mobile will work with your current marketing approaches? From this foundation, you can then start to consider the strategies that you're going to use to engage your prospects, to nurture them to become customers, and then to carry on that nurturing to turn them into advocates of your brand. Mobile marketing won't do it by itself. It's a marketing discipline like the others that supports and is supported by the other disciplines that you're using. For example, you may find out from your email marketing that most of your contacts open emails on the smartphone. From your Google Analytics traffic data for your website, you see that most of your visitors are from mobile devices and that they convert more often. You may find from your Google AdWords data that you get the most conversions from mobile devices and even more when they come from your social media channels on those mobile devices. When you start to factor mobile into all of your strategies, they'll become much more effective and will give you a great return on investment. So let's look at the benefits and drawbacks of mobile marketing. So here are the pros. Mobile is very personal. There isn't a device or a channel that's quite as personal and pervasive as a mobile. Users almost always have the mobile devices with them. And since most people own mobile devices, reach can be much wider and more diverse. And also mobile payment options are convenient for users. Now the cons. The different platforms, operating systems and devices are very diverse. There's so many out there. There's probably thousands of options and different variations when you look at them. It can make optimizing websites and adverts a little bit more complicated, but we'll cover that shortly. There are also privacy issues. Some of the common forms of mobile marketing can be quite intrusive if you don't have permission. And navigation on a mobile device. So again, you've got to bear in mind that devices are smaller than the desktops naturally, so navigation can be a little bit more complicated if you don't factor that into the communications, landing pages and adverts that you're producing. So where do you start with it? Well, first of all, we'll identify the most common forms of mobile marketing. Understanding what you can do with mobile is crucial in being able to work out how your mobile strategy can tie in with your other approaches. So first, most common form is mobile websites. We've then got SMS or MMS messaging, mobile display ads and banner ads, mobile paid search, location-based marketing, and apps. So let's have a quick look at each one in turn. So mobile websites. Now they can be either responsive and optimized for mobile, or they can be designed purely for mobile. Responsive websites are much easier to administer, and they cost less to run than having multiple sites, which would be required if you create different websites for desktop and mobile users. It also makes SEO easier, as you're not going to need to create specific content for mobile devices. User experience might not be as good as with an all-purpose website though, which is in theory what this would be. Designing a website purely for mobile devices would offer a more specific experience for the user, and it should also increase the speed of the site, which again is a big factor in user experience and also the search engine rankings. The downsides to designing a mobile-only website though are that you'll have to maintain and administer multiple websites for mobile and desktop etc., and that you can't design a website that works perfectly on every mobile device. As I mentioned, there are too many devices, sizes of a screen and operating systems to be able to create a website for each and every one of them. This means that even though you're designing specifically for mobile in that case, you'll still need to ensure that it is responsive to some degree. So next is SMS and MMS messaging. Now this is a double-edged sword. Most people open SMS and MMS messages almost immediately, as they're usually sent by friends and relatives. It means that your marketing has a very high chance of being seen. However, the downside to this approach is that text and MMS messaging is seen as a very personal thing, and if marketers use it wrong, it can destroy the trust that your prospect or customer has in your brand, which is probably why most companies are still shying away from it as a strategy. Well, apart from the PPI companies and accident claim companies, you get the idea. If you're going to consider using SMS messaging, make it very clear to your contacts that you're going to do this, and make sure that they've all opted in and given consent for you to send them the SMS MMS messages. There's some big fines for using this approach wrong at the moment, and next year's GDPR changes mean, for one, much bigger fines, and also that you'll not be able to contact anyone who hasn't given you consent, which is also documented at your side as well. As I say, if you get this type of marketing right though, it can produce great results which your competition might not be able to replicate. The next is mobile display ads and banner ads. Now these are used for apps and mobile websites and obviously reach the maximum possible number of mobile users. By far the most common type of mobile display ad is the 350 by 250 banner ad, which you can see on screen. On a mobile device's smaller screen, these banner ads have to do a lot of work within a tiny space. So a few considerations are to have a clear call to action. Use high contrast colours. Use minimal text and imagery. Keep the file size to around 10 kilobytes to 40 kilobytes. You've got to consider the download speed and also mobile data use as well. If people are on limited data plans with their provider, it may mean that they're not going to be wanting to download massive adverts. And also ensure a cohesive post-click experience. So you need consistency in messaging, and bearing in mind that people are going to be clicking on these from mobile devices, the place that you're sending them to also has to be optimized for mobile devices. It's also highly recommended that your mobile ads employ rich media, so animations, videos, interactivity, as opposed to old-fashioned static media. There's a few reports citing that the performance of rich media mobile ads is several times higher than the statics which you see on screen there as well. There are a number of different mobile ad networks out there that serve clients of all sizes, but whichever mobile ad network you ultimately decide to go with, your first concern should be transparency and reach. In all fairness, most companies use Google AdWords for this. There are also different pricing models available to advertisers depending on the type of network you choose and the publishers involved as well. When I say publishers, I mean the sites and apps where your ads will appear. So the first pricing model is CPM, cost per mille or cost per thousand. Basically you pay a set amount for every 1,000 ads that are served. It means that you'll be charged for every ad that loads on a consumer's mobile device regardless of whether or not they click or interact with it in any way. Cost per click or CPC. So is the next one. You only pay for people who click on the mobile display ad. This pricing model involves less risk than CPM, is usually reserved for lower profile publishers. The next two are CPA or cost per action and CPI cost per install. You're only paying for a specific action taken by consumers, so it's usually downloading a mobile app from the App Store. It's very little risk for advertisers, and as a result is less freely available among top level publishers. Moving on to mobile paid search. Now 80% of people don't leave home without the mobile device, and 61% of smartphone owners perform searches from the device every single day according to Think with Google. This offers great opportunities for you to get in front of your target audience using paid advertising, and to be front of mind when people are searching on their mobile devices. 90% of people move between devices to accomplish the goal, and mobile search has a great impact on purchasing decisions. Even more so, 93% of searchers actually go on to purchase after a mobile search. It means that you need to tailor your ads and landing pages to match that level of intent. It's absolutely key to your mobile paid advertising and PPC success. Now, Google AdWords makes mobile PPC straightforward, and in most cases, companies already have AdWords accounts set up. Context is incredibly important in discovering keywords for mobile PPC. Searchers are likely to use different phrases and keywords when looking for information from the mobile device than they do from the desktop. Some might even use voice search, which usually lengthens the search terms that they use. It's quoted that more than half of consumers searching from a mobile device intend to make a purchase within the hour, again from Think with Google. So choosing the right keywords to get in front of that demand is absolutely critical for success. Given the almost unlimited volume of keyword combinations available though, keyword discovery can quickly become overwhelming for marketers. Now we have produced a video offering advice and a process for your keyword research which works for SEO, PPC and mobile PPC marketing. You can view it through that bit.ly link there. Make sure that you use negative keywords as well. So this is how you tell Google which keywords and phrases you don't want to appear for. This helps you to focus your PPC work and to reduce wasted spend on clicks that aren't likely to convert. Next we move on to location-based marketing. Now this hinges around the fact that wherever we go, we pretty much always have our mobile device with us. As we quoted before, 80% of people don't leave home without the mobile device. Most of us are also happily sharing our location data with various apps that we use, even if we don't know about it. And if you want to check which apps you're sharing that data with, if you're concerned, click into your settings on your smartphone, your mobile device, and look for the location data, and it'll be able to tell you what you're sharing with who. Now this gives you an opportunity to deliver personalised messages to people based on the location, and also do that in real time. Depending on where people are, you can send different messages to people using location data taken from their mobile device. So imagine that you're away on holiday, say somewhere in central Spain, you're browsing on your phone and you see an ad for 50% off one of your favourite local stores. You're hundreds of miles away in another country, absolutely brilliant, so you're going to ignore that ad in most cases. Now imagine that you're back at home, you're sitting in a coffee shop on your local high street, you're just browsing the internet again, and all of a sudden an ad for 25% off at your favourite store pops up. Now you're much more likely to pay attention to it. It's much more relevant, much more timely, much better targeting. This is a very simple way of looking at location-based marketing. There are plenty of opportunities for you to be more creative than that, but it'll give you an idea. Now the main reasons why location-based marketing is effective is because it is personal, it is timely, and it is very, very targeted. So moving on to apps. Now I've already mentioned it, 90% of consumers' mobile time is spent in apps. That came from Yahoo Flurry. Apps are now an integral part of our daily micro moments, with people spending an average of 30 hours per month on them according to Nielsen. They play a key role in answering the day-to-day questions that we have. So questions like, I want to know something, I want to go somewhere, I want to do something, I want to buy something. Apps are also a powerful way for brands to build deeper relationships with the prospects and customers. A mobile app marketing strategy can complement a brand's offline experience, such as in-store special offers. It can drive e-commerce or simply help connect a brand with the loyal customers. Together with mobile websites, which we've already mentioned, they become important to consumers and to marketers. App development is a topic that would take weeks, if not months, to discuss. If you're interested in developing apps to support your marketing strategy, it's worthwhile researching app development and looking into using an app development company if you don't have the skills to develop them in-house. When you've got your app ready to go to market, you can look at creating a mobile app marketing strategy. And here's just some quick advice on how to develop an effective mobile app marketing strategy. First point is that app discovery doesn't just happen in the App Store. Now, believe it or not, only 40% of app users search for apps in the app stores. Most are finding out about them while they're searching, while they're using another app, searching for another specific app, watching video on YouTube, surfing a mobile website. Make sure your apps stand out wherever your target audience are looking to discover apps relevant to their interests, and also make sure they're in the search results. So use search ads, social ads, display ads, and video ads to promote them. The next point is that app engagement and user re-engagement are key. App users tend to lose interest quickly. They can even abandon apps immediately after transaction or they've downloaded them. 2/3 of app users will use an app frequently if the app simplifies their life though. Apps can be very helpful during a customer's purchase journey. 50% of app users turn to them to find information about a business or product or to make a purchase. The solution to keeping users active on your app is to prove the value and utility of the app itself. It also means keeping it updated and always looking to improve the job that it does. As you've seen, app development and app marketing is quite involved and could start to take up a lot of time, a lot of resource and a lot of budget to implement properly. If you can stand out from your competition by keeping users engaged with your apps though, you will see some great results. So in conclusion, mobile marketing isn't a new marketing discipline. It's been around for a long time, or at least in the realms of digital marketing. Mobile search actually overtook desktop search in 2014. If you're considering or not considering mobile marketing, as part of your current strategies, you're missing out on opportunities to engage your audience and are likely already slipping behind your competition. Mobile marketing applies to every industry and niche, so it's suitable for every single business. And all it takes is a little bit of imagination and creativity to implement mobile marketing to support your other marketing efforts. You'll soon be producing outstanding results if you do that. I hope that you found this introduction to mobile marketing helpful, that you can now see how it's relevant to every industry and niche. If you want to learn more about mobile marketing, check out our mobile marketing course by clicking the link on screen. We're always open to any questions. You can use any of our social channels to contact us. You can also email us at hello@mymarketology.com. I'll answer any questions as soon as I can and we'll try and get them out in video format for you too. Don't forget we also offer our free digital marketing course, which includes the fundamentals of mobile marketing. You can sign up for that at the link on screen, bit.ly/free DM course. There are no catches to signing up, so you've got nothing to lose. As a My Marketology user, you can also contact our expert marketologists if you have any questions or need any support with digital marketing topics, all free of charge. Thank you for joining me again this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.